Alright, shalom, shalom, shalom. It's your brother AHBAD from GMS YAHAWAH, GMS St. Petersburg, Florida. I want to give all honor, glory, and praises to YAHAWAH, BAHASHIM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHIM, B'chach Kadash. Double honor to my elder apostles, great MILLSTONE who rule well. Seeking honor, salutation to all your sincere brothers, constantly pushing virtue, sincerity, and faith and honesty. Also, peace and blessings to the sincere men, women, and children that consist of the 1/3 of the body of YAHAWASHI, who are also members. And peace and blessings also to all the confusion of faces in the four corners of the earth. Shalom, peace be unto you. Basically getting into this lesson, as you can see right here. This is an article from CNN that was posted 2 hours ago. Today is December the 12th, 2018. It says, I believe it's pronounced fentanyl or fentanyl. I'm gonna just pronounce it fentanyl. Fentanyl is the deadliest drug in America, CDC confirms. All right. CDC stands for the Center for Disease and Control. So, you know, basically what I was doing, I was just reading a little bit of the article and, you know, trying to get a little emphasis on it, because understand that this drug, you know, the fentanyl basically is being used and abused by so-called white people. Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, woman, and child. All right, so let me go ahead and read some of this article for you so you can get a better understanding. Fentanyl is now the most commonly used drug involved in drug overdoses. So why you have so-called white people, Edomites, overdosing on drugs? You rule the world. You're out there in outer space. Why are you taking drugs? Why? According to a new government report, the last numbers from the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention's National Center for Health Statistics say that the rate of drug overdoses involving the synthetic opioid. So if it's synthetic, that means that somebody had to create it in the lab. Well, we know who mainly owns laboratories. Esau, even the so-called white man, woman, and child. All right, involving the synthetic opioid skyrocketed by about 113%. Each year from 2013 through 2016. So imagine this. Let's say there was only 1,000 people doing this drug, fentanyl in 2013. Only 1,000. In 2014, that means that it will be over 2,000. 14 over 3,000, and so forth and so forth and so forth. So there's been more people abusing this drug. All right. On the up and up. Now it says the number of the total drug overdoses jumped 54% each year between 2011 and 2016. So with that being said, that means that over half of those individuals who was using this drug overdosed on it. And guess who the abusers are? Right here. I typed in fentanyl users, and lo and behold, who do you see? Mainly so-called white people, you Edomites. All right? You see that right here? Brothers and sisters, understand that. It says the number of the total drug overdoses jumped 54% each year between 2011 and 2016. In 2016, there were 63,632 drug overdose deaths. All right. Now, I won't sit here and say that maybe some so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American never used this drug. I won't sit here and say that. But when I go and look at the users, lo and behold, who do I see? The so-called white man, woman, and child. All right. Look at them. These are the users of this drug. But they're saying it's the deadliest drug. But this is my question. Why are you dying? Why are you taking drugs? You rule the world. Job 9:24, the earth is given to the hands of the wicked. Who is the wicked? Go to Malachi chapter 1, verse 3 and 4 on that. Well, just read the first read from the first verse. It'll tell you that. So why are you overdosing on drugs? Why are you taking drugs, man? You are not in the same position as other people here on earth. The Lord gave you this earth. So let's go to Psalms chapter 53 of Salakia. Psalm 73 and 1. Truly God is good to Israel. Yahawah is good to Israel, even to such as are of a clean heart. But as for me, my feet were almost gone, my steps had well slipped. For I was envious at the foolish when I saw the prosperity of the wicked. Because you're prospering in your wickedness, man. All right? You ordained to where you can eat pork because you sell it inside your stores. All right? You grant people to be homosexuals and lesbians because after all these Catholic priests was being exposed, you just made it a law. Okay, you can be gay. You know? You're making synthetic drugs. Our people are getting shot down in the streets by the police officers who are no different than centurions or overseers on a plantation. We're always racially profiled, getting pulled over. All right? Random traffic stops. It's so much more. So, like, you're prospering in your wickedness. Now, this is verse 4. For there are no bands in their death, but their strength is firm. All right? So you're prospering. You're not dying. Matter of fact, let me pull out a precept real quick. I mean, Salaki, you are dying, but nonetheless, though, you're still prospering in your wickedness as you are. This is Ecclesiastes 8 and 11. Because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, therefore the heart of the sons of man is fully set in them to do evil. So you continue to do evil, because the Most High is not executing his judgment until you speedily. Understand? Verse 5. This is the point too. They are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men. So you're not going through any real trouble or hardship if you rule in the world. If you're ruling the world, why is it that your people are on a constant decline? All right? Why is it that your people are constantly falling off? It's prophecy. It's destined to happen. Okay? The curses are starting to fall upon your people as well. You put guns and you put drugs in the projects in the ghettos during the 70s and 80s. We had no manufacturing companies to produce guns. We had no planes to go get the cocaine from Colombia. All right? But how did it get in our projects? You put it there. Guess what? Then it flooded to your people. You created AIDS in the lab. Try to put it upon our people, so-called Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans. Guess what? Now your people have AIDS. That's the plagues of YAHAWASHI being brought upon you too, you so-called white man, woman, and children. All right? Verse 7. Their eyes stand out with fatness. The Lord said, and what is that? Genesis the 27th chapter, Esau, Edom, you so-called white people, that the fatness shall be the earth. You have the earth. You have the earth. They have more than the heart could wish. You have more than what your mind could desire. All right? That's why you see shows and movies like Jackass and everything. And Bam Margera, whatever his name was on MTV or VH1. You own the whole world, and you even going to outer space. You just landed on Mars with one of your devices. So you have more than your heart could possibly desire. To the point that you want to be like the Most High, which is wickedness, you know. Verse 8. They are corrupt and speak wickedly concerning oppression. They speak lawfully. Oh, we're gonna build a wall, or you have all these Edomite women. That's why I say you women too, not just the men and women. But you have all the Edomite women this year that's been calling the police because our people, you so-called Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans, you're Israelites, because you barbecuing in the park. Because you, I mean, it's just ridiculous. Because your child is selling lemonade. It's just so many reasons why, man. They lofty with it. But see, now look at the condition of your people. You are in a decline. You are being oppressed by you're being oppressed by your own people, man. Salaki, I had some technical difficulties with the app, but nonetheless, though, I'm gonna continue on. I see there was some audio got cut out a little bit, and I'm just basically gonna go into the precepts I want to bring out based upon these Edomite so-called white men, women, and children being taken out basically by this drug. And the Heavenly Father basically raising up Israel and taking down Esau, Edom, man. And Deuteronomy chapter 30, verse 7 is coming to pass slowly but surely. Habakkuk 2, And bear with me. Habakkuk 2:9. Woe to him that coveteth an evil consciousness, so like a covetousness to his house, that he may set his nest on high, that he may be delivered from the power of evil. All right, and it says, set his nest on high, is talking about the heavens, nonetheless, though. All right, and it says he coveteth, Salakia, an evil covetousness to his house. How was that? Because he coveted this land. It tells you people want to go by just the 10 Commandments. That's over 1600. Salakia. There's over 600. But nonetheless, though, even in the 10th Commandment, it said, covet not thy brother's field, his wife, or his substance. And what happened here? They came to the Western Hemisphere and took the entire Western Hemisphere from you so-called Native Americans and Spanish-speaking tribes, man. So guess what? Woe means destruction. So guess what? Destruction to the so-called white man, woman, and child, and to America as well. All right, now verse 10. It says, thou hast consulted shame to thy house by cutting off many people, and have sinned against thy soul. How did they cut off many people? Atlantic slave trade? What, over 100 million so-called Negroes, Haitians, and Benjaminites, who would be so-called Negro, Haitians, and Jamaicans, all right, who will consist of the Southern Kingdom, came here on cargo slave ships. But then you also took some of the Northern Kingdom, the Spanish-speaking tribes, the Native Americans, over to Europe. So you read Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 68. That does not only consist of the so-called Negro, that consists of all 12 tribes of Israel, okay? Verse 10 again. Thou hast consulted shame to thy house by cutting off many people, have sinned against thy soul. All right? Verse 12. I'm jumping to 12. Woe to him that buildeth a town with blood and established a city by iniquity. America is Babylon, the unwalled village. You establish this place by what? Blood and iniquity. The Lord said, woe to you, so the only destruction shall come upon you, man. Now look at your people. They're in a bad case. Bad case, man. Taking these drugs, man. Lost, out of here. Finito, done, been one. All through the spirit and power of YAHAWASHI, man. But why are you in that predicament? You should be rejoicing. You should be glad. So I'm going to bring this precept out. Lamentations 4:21. It says, rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwelleth in the land of Uz. So you so-called white people should be glad. Job 9:24. The earth is given to you. You have the fatness of the earth. You should be rejoicing. Why are you on drugs? Oh, because your own kings, or dupes, I should say, the so-called Jewish people, all right, whether you claim to be Sephardim or Ashkenazim, you Jewish, because you're not the real Jews, you're the ones that got your own people in the predicament they are in right now. Okay? The cup also shall pass through unto thee. Thou shalt be drunken and shalt make thyself naked. What does that mean? When you go to Isaiah 47:1, it speaks about that too. But what does that mean? It doesn't mean that you're going to literally be out here butt naked. That means that you're going to be exposed like a woman walking down the street with a dress and a little bit of wind get up on it, then her panties get shown. She's embarrassed. Like America, you've been embarrassed too for all the wickedness that you have done. That's why you hide slavery. That's why you're trying to take it out of the textbooks. That's why you're trying to that's why you had to make a law for homosexuality, because you know it's wrong. You had to make a law for two men to be together. Naturally, a man is attracted to a woman and vice versa. But you had to make a law for that? Come on, man. And what it means by to be naked? Well, Adam and Eve, when they say that they realized they were naked, it doesn't literally mean like physically naked. It means that their sins were displayed. They were discovered. Because what did Yahawashi say? The Messiah say in St. John, the 15th chapter. He said, if I would not have come, then, if I would not have come, then they have a cloak for their sins. He said, but now that I have come, they have no cloak for their sins. Another word for cloak would be like a trench coat or a mantle or a long, a jacket or something like that to cover you. So you being discovered, man. All right? Because you're drunken off of your philosophies, off of your doctrines, off of your laws, okay? Off of your constitution, your Bill of Rights. Let's just leave it at that. Your amendments, all right? Because you're not following the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Lord. Verse 22, the punishment of thy iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. He will no more carry thee away into captivity. Who's Zion? That's us, the so-called Negro Latinos and Native Americans. Because Zion, go back to the word, to Zion, which means memorial, a monument. And we are a memorial or a monument to the Heavenly Father. Because the Lord said that we shall be, He said this shall be a sign unto us forever. Really, why is that? To show His power that I've chosen you, but you chose to be a heathen. So I put the basis of men above you, but also I will redeem you and bring you back to everlasting joy and mercy. But it's going to be throughout all generations. They shall know that I did this unto you. Alright? He said, we shall be no more carried away. He will visit thine iniquity, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sins. And He's doing it right now. You know, through the spirit and power of YAHAWASHI, we are prevailing. And we're exposing the wickedness of YAHAWASHI Salakia. We are exposing the wickedness of Esau Edom by the spirit of YAHAWASHI. Alright? But nonetheless, I pray you edify with this video. Call Logim like YAHAWASHI by Hashem Chakadash. The bonus of my elder apostles, great millstone who rule well. Seek under salutation, sincere brothers. Peace and blessings to the 1/3. Alright? With that being said, Shalom.